Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's training where I'm going to be talking about how to provide a premium experience in your coaching containers so that your clients are set up for success and they feel like they got a premium experience, but without you overworking. Because what I see a lot of coaches do is they think that because you charge premium, now you have to give your kidneys and your organs and bring baby Jesus to life to provide an amazing experience for your clients. And that's not what's required. You actually can do it in a way where you set people up for success. And I'm going to be sharing all the things that, not all the things, but several things that I do and that my clients do in order to really have your clients feel amazing once they complete your coaching container, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's group. We're going to talk about it. So while we get started, curious to hear where you guys are tuning in from. I see a lot of new people here. In case you don't know me, my name is Juliana Garcia and I help coaches clarify their message so that they can attract premium clients. Majority of the time, I'm talking about marketing and sales and your mindset, and that all is so important. But at the end of the day, marketing and sales, and it's like the easy part, because what really matters, especially now when there's coaches everywhere, is that we set ourselves apart by giving our clients an amazing experience. Brad is from Chicago. I love it. Amazing. Hi, the life. Good to see you. Okay. So let me get started. I have a lot of things that I want to talk to you about, like that I want to share. That's going to be super helpful. So the reason why this topic is so important is because, as I said, marketing and sales is the easy part, but delivering is the part that people are going to actually remember. And you don't have to overextend yourself in order to create a premium experience. That's the biggest misconception people have. And even if you don't charge premium prices, this is so important because you want people to refer you. You want people to talk about their experience they had. They're going to be asking. Like, the reality is people do ask, how did you like this program? How was it? What was the coaching like? And if you don't have that dialed in, then you're really going to notice that people are just not going to either re-enroll, they're not going to ascend to your next level offer, or they just won't have the best things to say about it. So for me, with the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, one of the things that I have focused on is in really making sure that we have really high level and premium delivery. Because when you do that, that's when people rate. They have amazing results, which obviously creates amazing testimonials. But beyond that, it's something that actually really makes the impact that I talk about in my marketing. So the delivery aspect of my business is just as important as the marketing, and I want you guys to really think about that. Like, your delivery is just as important as anything that you sell. That's also why I don't recommend for coaches to have a million different offers, or like 5 courses, 3 masterminds, 5 group programs. Because when you don't, think about every single one of your offers as a business. It needs marketing, it needs sales, and it needs delivery. So if you have 5 offers, you have 5 businesses, and you need marketing, sales, and delivery for each one of those. It's a lot. Instead, if you have one offer that you run over and over and over again, that you work out the kinks, that you really make sure that people have the correct pathway, that you know how to deliver the best results, that's what's going to really create ease in your business. You won't have to overthink and recreate the wheel every time or wing it. People feel it when you're winging it. Like, they really do. So when you just focus on 1 or 2 offers, let's say you have your one-on-one and a group program, or just 2 group programs, whatever, it just gives you that capacity to really do a great, excellent job. Okay. So also why this is important is because it is really your job to empower your clients and tell them how to win. Like, a coaching program is not just a bunch of modules, or one-on-one is not just a bunch of coaching calls. Like, you really, the thing that is so important is that you set the tone for how they can win. It's kind of like when you hire a team member. When you hire a team member, you need to tell them how to win with you. If you if you have a relationship, you need to communicate your needs, and you need to tell people like what they can expect from you. It's the same thing in your coaching containers, and a lot of coaches are afraid to really set the foundation strongly because they don't want clients to feel like they, I don't know, they don't want clients to feel a certain way. So for example, when you join my program, I teach you exactly what you need in order to win, like how to guarantee your own results. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want my clients to be codependent. And when you don't have that, people are going to start being codependent if you don't have a really great way of onboarding your clients into your program. I'm not just saying like the welcome packet, like that's not, that's not onboarding. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about what are the concepts, what are the character traits, what are the mentalities that they need to have throughout the whole program so that they can win. Okay? I'm going to get into it in just a second, but first I want to tell you the mistakes that people make when it comes to delivering their coaching programs effectively. So, as I said before, there's no container, there's no setting of the container. And what a container is so for example, you have, whether it's one-on-one or group, you have a room where you have a dynamic with a client, right? One-on-one, multiple people, it doesn't matter. It's important that you tell them, hey, here's what you're going to experience as we move through this process. So here are all the times that you can expect that you might feel a little shaky in this and this and that. Here's how I want you to navigate it. Here's how I recommend that you navigate it. When you do that, the client is not going to be surprised by let's say on month 2 of your one-on-one program, or month 3, let's say they're having a dip in their results or their energy or whatever. Things are getting crunchy. It's going to happen. Like not everything's going to be perfect. It's your job to set the container and tell them ahead of time how they can solve for that. So important. So think about this. Are you doing that right now with your clients when they come in, like before they even start the coaching? Are you setting a container? Do you have a process that teaches your clients the mentality they need to have when they encounter obstacles? So essential. It's like, for me, was one of the things that helped me really elevate the results of my clients to a whole other level. Like my clients tell me that module where I teach them the 7 things they need in order to win and how to guarantee their own results, just those videos alone are worth the $10,000 that the program is. I don't even say it. My clients say it all the time. A lot of times my clients don't even go through all the modules. Just with those modules, I elevate their mentality to a certain point where they know how to create results and how to win regardless. So it's so important that you adjust, audit, address, notice in your coaching containers. Are you doing that? Are you setting the container and fast forwarding or foreseeing what are the challenges that they might have and neutralizing them, making them normal, and then from there teach them how they can actually overcome them? Okay, how can they move through that? Another mistake that people make is that instead of doing that, they over deliver. So a lot of coaches, what they do, and maybe give me a me in the comments if you're guilty of this, but we think that in order to deliver a premium experience, what we need to do is just be available all the time and handhold people and just be there 24/7, or on weekends if they need us, we're there. And that is such a lack of boundaries, which is not helpful for you or for the client. Obviously not for you, because you're going to be always feeling like you can unplug, like you're going to feel energetically tied to every single one of your clients. And so let's say you're helping them with their relationships. It feels like you're helping, 5 people try to get married. And that's not on you. That's on the person to create their own results, to think thoughts that create feelings, that produce actions, that produce results. It's your job to influence their thinking in order for them to take action on their own and not feel codependent on you. But what most people do is think I need to overwork. I need to be available at all times in case they need me. I feel responsible for answering their questions ASAP. And I remember doing this when I had my agency. I literally was available 24/7 to my clients, and that's why it never worked. Also, when I transitioned from having a marketing agency like 7 years ago to actually having my coaching business, I was always thinking about, are my clients okay? Are they feeling okay? Are they all right? Like my mind was actually creating codependency with my clients because I didn't trust that they were feeling safe, secure, and that they would create the results that they were meant to create. So where in your container are you energetically or actually like almost physically hand holding your clients because you don't believe that they're going to create the results unless you're like a helicopter coach. Like being a helicopter coach is only going to make you burn out in your business, and it's only going to make them feel like they cannot do it without you. And not in a positive way, like in a way where they're literally going to be asking every single question. They're not going to be empowered to come up with solutions on their own. So one of the things that I recommend is that you always ask your clients that before they come to you with a question, they come up with a solution for the question before they send it to you. Whether it's, let's say Voxer, or let's say Facebook group, or whatever that is, or whatever that looks like. What is this before they join your one-on-one coaching call? Let's say that they have a list of things that they want to have resolved. Okay, what would be your solution for that? And empower them to create that solution-oriented mindset, because otherwise they literally won't develop the ability to be problem solvers, no matter what your niche is. So that is your job, to really set the tone for people to not be codependent. Codependency is so easy to fall into in your coaching, especially because if you're charging more, you think that, as I said, you have to give your kidneys to every single client and bring baby Jesus to life. And like, that's just not at all what's required. What's required is that you empower your clients to think for themselves. And then from that place, you can coach them so that they have solutions ahead of time. Okay? All right. Another thing that people do is they under deliver. That's another mistake people make. Obviously, that's an easy thing that we probably have all experienced at some point. Unfortunately, we've bought programs or courses that, where people were not present, they were not willing to, actually show up for you, or they coach you really quickly in a group container that you didn't get time to like actually get to the bottom of what you needed. And so if you are a coach and you don't know how to hold space for a room of people, let's say a group, and really be able to give a powerful coaching experience to the person you're coaching, but also to the entire room, then it's gonna feel like you're gonna feel rushed to have to laser coach every single person. And you don't need to do that. That's so important to remember. I thought when I started my group, my first round of Magnetize, that I had to laser coach every single person for them to get value. And that's because I just wasn't mature enough in my coaching ability to be able to coach the one person that I would be coaching in the room, but make it relevant to everybody else. How do you gain that experience? The number one thing that for me was a life-changing one was seeing how somebody can do that. So I joined masterminds where the coaches were very masterful at being able to give a breakthrough to one person and the entire room. And when my clients join Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, of course they attract more clients, of course they clarify their message, of course they elevate their mindset. But one of the things that they tell me is that they become such better coaches. Their coaching ability just elevates. Their value as a coach elevates because of the way that they see me coach a room. And they feel so much more secure and confident in their own ability to be able to coach more people or coach more powerfully. Oh, Emerald, I love seeing you here. Magnetize and Juliana is amazing. Highly recommended. Yes, it's so important. See, like, you want to make sure your clients have an amazing result. An amazing experience. You cannot control people's results. And this is a conversation for another time, right? But what I will say about this is that everybody comes in with a different timeline. And as coaches, we are like, our ego gets so preoccupied with, are my people getting results? Are they getting results? Are they getting results? And the reality is that you cannot control the timeline in which people are going to create results. That is impossible. It's not up to you, it's up to them. And even then, they cannot control their own timeline because you never know how quickly things can happen. Things can happen super quickly for some people. Things can be a slower simmer for others. It doesn't mean that by the end of your container, if they don't have all the results, that you did a terrible job or that they're doing something terribly wrong. It just means that things are going to continue simmering for them. And I have experienced it so many times. My clients complete my containers and then a year later they like have all the results that they thought they were going to create in 3 months, but they still created them. So for me, one of the biggest things that I had to, like, for me to elevate the quality of my coaching in my group programs and just in my one-on-one also, it's really letting myself remember that I cannot control their timeline, and it's not my job to control people's timeline. It's not your job to control their timeline. That's your ego. You want a testimonial to like have a party and tell everyone how amazing you are, and I get it, but that's a part of your ego that wants the praise, that wants to be like, yeah, I'm a good girl, I'm a good boy, I'm a good coach, and see, I'm doing a good job. You cannot tie your worth, your identity, and your self-esteem and your confidence to results only. I'm not saying don't care about them. Of course, make sure that you're consistently coaching, influencing their thinking, and really coaching hard, which we're going to talk about next. But you cannot be tied to the results because you're going to be let down. You're going to feel disappointed that you're not doing a good enough job. And this is not to say like you have room for improvement, but it's also people take it like to a whole other level and they just think that they're not, they shouldn't be doing this, or that like there's something terribly wrong because people are not creating results fast enough. And that is really all coming from your ego. What you can do, the only thing you can do is notice your thoughts and notice how you feel, notice your actions, and then from that place influence their thinking about how they can elevate and how they can create their results. Okay, the final thing that I want to share with you is the most important one. I left the most important one for last because truly this is something that elevated completely. Whoops, let me just mute my thing. Elevated completely my coaching, the quality of my coaching. Like, my clients get incredible results, and for all the reasons I said above, but really the thing that I know that I do so well that a lot of coaches are not willing to do is I'm willing to tell my clients the truth about what I see, and I don't hold back. I'm willing to not be liked when I'm coaching them for their own benefit, because I know that I want to go to bed knowing that I told them exactly how they can elevate. What are their blind spots? Even if it feels uncomfortable for me to share that. Why? Because it's in the greater good of the client to receive the truth. I tell them the truth. I'm like, this is what needs to shift, or here's what I'm seeing. It's up to you if you want to change it. You might not like me when you hear me say this, but I'm saying it from a place of love, and here's what I see. when you give yourself permission to tell the truth, to tell your clients the truth about what you see, instead of tiptoeing around and because you're afraid of making them feel bad, or you're afraid that you're going to hurt their feelings, what's going to happen is that you are going to hurt their feelings, like subconsciously, like not subconsciously, but eventually you are, because they're not going to create the results that they want because you were tiptoeing around the whole thing. So for me, I rather tell them the truth and say, hey, with so much love, here's what I'm seeing. And I tell them what I see so that they can decide, I'm ready to receive it or not, or like I'm not willing to hear that right now. Like maybe it's not computing, but I'm willing to hold that as truth potentially maybe in the future. Or you know what, thank you so much. Like we have the culture in my containers is, I always ask my clients, okay, on a scale of 1 to savage, 1 being like super sweet and not really telling you the truth, like not just being like really sweet, to savage, how do you want me to coach you? And my clients are like, savage, just tell me the truth, give it to me. That is not everybody's. Sometimes people are like, I can't receive right now to such a deep level, so like give me a 7. And I'm like, okay. And I still tell them the truth, but I do it in a different, maybe more like gentle way, because I want to make sure that obviously they receive it in the way that they're ready for, like I get consent. So telling the truth about what you see is the most important thing that you can do for your clients to help them create next level results. I know my clients get epic results because they take action and because I play a part in their progress by telling them the truth about everything. Period. I just don't hold back. And that's a super essential reason. So notice, what are your thoughts about being the kind of coach that coaches really directly and coaches with confidence and coaches with conviction and tells the truth? Like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid that will happen? What are you afraid that they will say? And how would you mitigate for the worst case scenario? Like, worst case scenario, they're like, I hate this. And you can be like, and I love you. And I'm saying this with so much love. And I'm going to be here. And no matter what, if you want me to say it in a different way, I'm so happy to. And here's what I see. Like, just because I'm being savage doesn't mean that I'm not being sweet. And that's what my clients say all the time, that I have a very loving way of showing them what it's really there that people may not be willing to tell them. But I do it with love, and they feel the love. They feel how much I care about them. And so it only comes across as a loving, like a loving act of service for them. Okay. All right. Those are the things. Oh, the last thing that I want to offer, and I alluded it to the beginning and like in the middle of it, is that in order for your clients to create repeatable results, you want to make sure you have a repeatable offer. Like, if you have a million different offers, again, it's going to be really difficult for you to even master the process of delivering each one of those offers. So, super key essential thing is master the delivery of one offer, so that, or 2 offers, so that you don't feel overwhelmed and you're not dropping balls throughout, in between 5 different offers. If you're delivering an online course and then you're delivering a mastermind and a mini mind and a big mind and a group coaching and then like a private client, it's like people overcomplicate their businesses so much, and no wonder they get burned out. No wonder they like lose direction, because they're trying to do too many things at once. So really focus on having one methodology, one offer, or having the same methodology in 2 different types of containers, like in a group coaching container and then in a one-on-one container, which is essentially what I do. And then you go and test and you revise, and then your program gets better and better and better and better and better and better and better every time. And then that's how you create a reputation that just is unstoppable. So that's what I have for you today. If any of this resonated with you, I want to make sure that you remember that early bird enrollment for the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind for the fall cohort is open in a couple of weeks. Or if you are like, oh my God, I want to secure the early bird already, 100% send me a message so that we can get you enrolled if you couldn't make it to this June cohort, because we were really trying to keep it super intimate. But the fall cohort, by the way, if you don't know what the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind is where it's 3 months where I teach you how to clarify your message and attract premium clients. And it's the most incredible mastermind because you will have, and I don't say this, my clients do, you have support in your marketing, how to clarify your message, in your sales process, in your delivery. And I don't just teach you tactics and strategies, I really help you see your business as a whole. How to elevate the quality of clients that you want to attract, how to create your offer, how to super clarify your message to sell that offer, what the sales process needs to be for people to be raising their hand in your audience and coming to your DMs instead of you having to chase them, and how to show up in front of at least 70,000 people every single day so that you are consistently bringing leads in, all organic. You don't need ads, you don't need anything crazy. And you're gonna learn how to really say the words that people need to hear in order to buy from you. So that's like my bread and butter. But not only that, like what we also, like the big thing that we do is really elevate your entire belief system to really understand how you can charge more for your services, and like let that feel so easeful in your body so that it doesn't feel pushed or forced, but it really comes from a place of like, oh, of course I can charge more, and these are the reasons why, and I feel so behind and I'm so convicted around it. Like we just elevate your standards to such a degree where you start attracting more premium clients because you elevate. So it's the last marketing mastermind you will ever need. That's what my clients say. If you have any questions about it, send me a message or go to the link in my bio and check out the first link, which is the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. Binge on all the testimonials, and as an early bird, you get access to 2 months of free coaching inside of my higher level mastermind, the Momentum Mastermind, so that we can start getting your results. You also get a one-on-one call with me, which is valued at $3,000. And I can't remember what other bonuses we have, but those are like those in itself, it's like amazing. You literally can get like 6 months of coaching for the price of 3, which is wild. All right, my love. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I can't wait to see you next week on another live training. I'll see you soon. Bye.